Good evening. Here's our top stories. Police or no police, the thieves are shaking down everybody. Former deputy mayor accuses Mayor Chase Green of bad judgment as city workers strike. Government raises concern over possible looming threat from Venezuela. Find out what it is. And internationally, are we truly alone in the universe? Scientists discover a planet that could possibly support life.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Join us. Every Guyanese citizen is now a possible target and a victim. Even the members of the police force are not exempt from the spate of robberies. More from Esther Sobers.
How vulnerable are the citizens of Guyana when even our police officers are also being robbed? That is the sentiments of many folks on the street now that it is reported that a police officer has again been robbed. It appears the bandits that Guyana is now breeding will rob whoever and wherever. It was reported that on Tuesday night, a 26-year-old police officer stationed at Turkine Police Station was robbed of his cell phone and other items by an armed bandit at Stabroek Market Square in the vicinity of the Digicel booth. Reports indicate that a policeman was robbed of over $50,000. It was revealed that a young police officer was walking south through the Stabroek Market Square when the robber, who was standing between two vehicles, blocked him from passing, whilst demanding he hand over the cash and other valuables. The distraught police officer said he was lashed at the right side of his face, after which the bandit took out a weapon from his waist and relieved him of his valuables. The suspect made good of his escape through Water Street. In September, Stabroek News freelance reporter Joanne Danraj was also robbed of her camera and other valuables at the Stabroek Market. And only yesterday, renowned gospel entertainer Cassidy was robbed of his laptop and other items. The thief later apologized to the entertainer and returned some of the stolen items. I'm Esther Sobers reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Several passengers were injured when these two minibuses plying the 44 route smashed into each other. The accident occurred this morning in the Enterprise area on the east coast of Demerara. Headline News will update you as details arise. Former Deputy Mayor Sherrod Duncan might have known that the city workers were planning to strike today. Just 2 days ago, the AFC councillor accused the mayor of spending lavishly on her trip to China, while garbage collectors and the city workers were left unpaid. More from Wendell Jeffrey.
Sherrod Duncan, the recent past deputy mayor, is suggesting that Mayor Patricia Chase Green did not use her best judgment when she recently traveled with a delegation to China. He claimed that the city finances cannot afford expensive travels. He made some other very damning remarks.
Because, Madam Mayor, you have been in this council for a long time, I think over 15 years. So you are the most, or one of the most seasoned of the politicians at the local government level. And you should know, Madam Mayor, that optics matter. Optics in politics matter, and perception is reality.
The AFC councillor then went on to note that there are other pressing financial obligations of the city that are not fulfilled. Yet the administrators jetted off to some unknown city.
If you have a city where a week ago we were in a crisis to pay our solid waste managers and we're getting a bailout, and the next week you have 4 persons who are leaving, for some far-flung place that nobody knows of.
Mr. Duncan further questioned the kind of leadership that Mayor Chase Green is offering.
And that in the height of that, you have workers aren't paid for a month. And you tell me, if we ask the average man how they would view that situation, outside of being councillors, you have 2 incidents. One where the city is cash-strapped to pay its solid waste contractors, and another incident where it's cash-strapped to pay its workers. And the mayor and team are overseas, still to China. What would you think of that kind of leadership?
Duncan then asked if per diems were paid to the delegation members for the trip.
I would want to ask, because you said, and I think it should be taken for the record, that the entire trip was paid for by the Chinese government or whoever it is. My simple question to bring clarity to that fully is whether any per diems were paid by council.
There were two different answers. Councillor Oscar Clark, who was also on the trip, said that he was paid. He told the councillors that he asked the mayor if she was going to pay him per diem, and she said yes.
And I said, am I going to get my per diem? When I said yes, she said yes. So I am very happy that I got my per diem.
However, Mayor Chase Green was at pains to note that the monies the traveling delegation got was not per diem.
A per diem was not paid. What was given to you was an out-of-pocket.
Whatever it was.
No, there's a vast difference.
There might be a vast difference. Okay.
Vast difference.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I don't know what it was.
Good. So per diem was not paid.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Chemical handling and misuse can cause serious problems, and the Occupational Safety and Health Act is being reviewed to enforce more safety practices among Guyanese. More in this report. Chemicals are the building blocks of modern life. From gold mining to agriculture, they allow industry to flourish. But the unsafe handling and misuse of hazardous chemicals can lead to many health and environmental issues. In order to safeguard the lives of employees and those affected by industrial pollution in this nation, in 1997, the government of Guyana passed the Occupational Safety and Health Act. With this in mind, the Ministry of Social Protection held a consultation today with relevant stakeholders to discuss and form an updated version of the Occupational Safety and Health Act. Gwyneth King of the Ministry of Social Protection explains.
This is a process that began many years ago, and we are now moving forward to take it to its conclusion. The purpose of the consultation is to gain consensus on regulation of the safe use of chemicals that should be made under the Occupational Safety and Health Act. It is expected that by the end of today, we will be steps closer to having the draft ready for submission to the drafting section of the Attorney General's chambers.
The one-day workshop brought together representatives from dozens of industrial and government organizations to help form the legislation. Topics such as handling, labeling, and training were discussed. Francis Carroll, an industrial relations consultant and advisor to the Ministry of Social Protection, advised attendees to form the training in a way employees will understand.
Because it is pointless trying to educate people in a language which they do not understand. Hence, information must be understandable to the workers.
With chemicals playing a major role in the development of Guyana's industries, the ideas drawn from today's session will have an impact on the nation's workforce in the future. Coming up after the break, the saga continues regarding the murder of a popular money changer. And there's a danger lurking on the other side of the border with Venezuela. Stay with us.
Are you running out of ideas of what gift to buy? Scared of getting the wrong size or color or something they already have? Why not try a gift certificate from John Lewis Styles? Available in any dollar value and can be used towards clothing, shoes, and accessories. Let the person choose exactly what they want and they'll definitely be happy. Gift certificates can also be used as employee bonuses, sales incentives, and office gift exchanges. So try our gift certificates today. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Season's greetings from Kisul's Furniture Store.
What now? I thought it's 3 strikes again. Hello, I
Giffland Mall's gonna be lit this Sunday 19th. Yes, this Sunday. With the best of Nothing to Laugh About and their DVD launch. Showtime's 8 p.m. and Radical, Credit, Crisco Paul, Jumpy Jones, Sir Mars, Shiny Man, and others will take the stage live. Yeah, it's gonna be an evening of pure laugh at the Giffland Mall this Sunday. Tickets are just $1,500, children $500, and VIP $3,000. And you can get them at Payless Variety, Gizmos and Gadgets, Nigel's Supermarket, Sir Mars, and the Igloo Outlet in Providence. The best of Nothing to Laugh About and their DVD launch this Sunday night at Giffland Mall.
Sponsored by Giffland Department Store, GT&T, Banks DIH Limited, and Starling Products Limited.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Thank you for staying with us. Another young person met his demise on our country's roadways. The latest victim of road fatality is 19-year-old Gansam Lekram, who was in an accident on November 6th in Zeeland. Lekram, who was a well-known pandit, was on his way from Parika, East Bank, Essequibo after he dropped home 2 of his friends. Reports suggested that Lekram, while driving, swerved his vehicle to avoid hitting an intoxicated man. He lost control and crashed into an electrical pole. The young pandit was rushed to the Georgetown Hospital. Yesterday, he succumbed to his injuries. The amnesty that the business owners are now been offered is costing the city millions of dollars, and some councilors are not in favor of the new provision. Some are speaking against the practice. More from Wendell Jeffrey.
This place got to be run as a business, and we're not doing that. We never did, we're not doing it now, and we're not going to do it in the foreseeable future.
That was Councillor James Samuels. Some of the elected city councillors are not in favor of the amnesty that the administrators of the city are offering to those who have outstanding debt with the council. At least one of the councillors is suggesting that other persons might rush to pay their bills, which is far less than it would be without the amnesty. Wilton Clark made this summation.
The problem still exists, and you hate to face what you left. When I listened to Senior Councillor Clark, he made a passionate plea and genuine concerns. But if we look at amnesty for money that is owed this council, only recently, as recent as yesterday or the day before, we got a check in this same boardroom, and the amount that was waived was more than the capital that was owed.
But I have before me the same issue with the one that paid $7 million yesterday. The demand per year is $784,000. This is a business place, a commercial place in downtown Georgetown. $784,746 per year. arrears due per year for that is $6,726,384. Calculate how many years that businessman has not paid taxes to the city of Georgetown. The demand is $784,000. The interest, because you talk about compound interest and there's a daily interest, carry it to that maximum of where he had to pay the $19,230,000 in interest.
Mayor Patricia Chase Green noted that all those were millions of dollars that are owed to the city. She said this is just one business entity. However, the mayor acknowledged that the city is financially vulnerable, and she stated that they have no choice but to accept the pittance that are now being offered by city businesses.
But at a point in time like this, which is the best of the two evils? Do you demand that he pays all of his money? He has not been paying it for years. But you have given him an opportunity by waivering the interest and allow him to come up to date, hoping that with a new slate in 2018, he will come clean and pay in quarts or half yearly or the entire year. Because there are many more like this, many more like these. And the process at the court, and we have judgment for like 6 persons, but they have not paid.
Some of the councillors took to the floor to voice their opposition to the amnesty. Their argument is that it is costing the city coffers millions of dollars annually. Councillor Samuels was adamantly opposed to the amnesty being offered to the defaulting business owners.
I'm against amnesty. This council must be run as a business. We can't be giving $19 interest, give it away to collect $7 million. It must be run as a business. We should have asked the government for sources of income. The government collect taxes in this city, income taxes, they give us nothing. The government collect VAT in the city, they give us nothing. Lottery, they give us nothing.
When asked about the penalty for the businesses who are not paying, even with the offer of amnesty, the administrators could not say. When it was suggested that the amnesty be removed and the entire amounts be required, the town clerk said this.
100% amnesty. Couldn't give amnesty and then add it back on if they don't pay. So that would not be legal.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. The remoteness and difficult terrain of our borders makes it difficult to secure. And now the rise of diseases is causing additional concerns. More in this report. Since Guyana's border with Venezuela was first drawn, it has been quite porous. The remoteness and unforgiving terrain makes this border extremely difficult to secure. This has allowed for continuous unregulated cross-border movement. Given the circumstances, it has been tolerated for years, according to Minister of Foreign Affairs, Carl Greenwich.
There is movement across the border, and there has always been movement in both directions, especially in areas where the settlements are reasonably close to the borders.
It has been tolerated because this small-scale movement typically does not pose a threat to national security. But since the beginning of the internal conflict in Venezuela, some have feared a mass exodus to Guyana. For the most part, Guyana has been isolated from the growing humanitarian crisis next door.
I am not aware that in recent times there has been, apart from what has been reported, I'm not aware that you have any dramatic movement of Venezuelans into Guyana for food at this point in time.
Most migrants opted to go abroad or to other neighboring Latin American nations. Aside from one recently reported incident of a large group of young adults crossing the Guyanese border, there has been no discernible increase in cross-border movement. Nor has there been a discernible increase in crimes from immigrants. But Minister Greenidge did raise concerns over the possibility of a much different threat.
Measles and the concern of PAHO and the Ministry of Health. I can't really speak for the minister, but I know they drew to our attention that there were cases of measles in a variety of locations on the other side of the border. And PAHO was seeking to get Brazil, Guyana and Venezuela to address that problem so that it can be contained. It's a public health challenge.
While Brazil and Guyana have been cooperative with the effort to address the situation, our neighbor to the west has been less than helpful. More officers are being implicated in the murder of a popular money changer. More in this report from Esther Sobers.
The saga of who were all involved in killing Saga is becoming more telling. More shocking revelations are unearthing into the probe of the murder of 58-year-old Godfrey Scipio called Saga. Detectives from Guyana Police Force Major Crime Unit have arrested 2 other police ranks, their alleged involvement in Saga's murder. According to earlier reports, the police force arrested an intelligence officer stationed at the Breakdown police station. He was arrested on Tuesday after his colleagues received information that he was part of the delivery team that took the murder weapon to the man who is accused of murdering Scipio. It was revealed that one of the police officers, who is alleged of being involved in the murder of the businessman, is placed on an open arrest for attempting to poison his girlfriend, who is a police constable. With more and more persons being arrested in what appears to be a Murder, She Wrote episode, Channel 2 Headline News will keep you informed with every shocking details. I'm Esther Sobers reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Esther. Coming up after the break, we have our regional news, our international news, and the 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
Season's greetings from Kisoul's Furniture Store.
Are you running out of ideas of what gift to buy? Scared of getting the wrong size or color or something they already have? Why not try a gift certificate from John Lewis Styles, available in any dollar value and can be used towards clothing, shoes, and accessories. Let the person choose exactly what they want and they'll definitely be happy. Gift certificates can also be used as employee bonuses, sales incentives, and office gift exchanges. So try our gift certificates today. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go. Thank you for staying with us. Now we take a look at the region. In Trinidad and Tobago, 10 mobile substations were officially commissioned at the TNTEC's central warehouse on Wednesday. The substations are to be used in emergency situations such as natural disasters, which leave communities unable to access a regular electricity supply. CNews brings us that story.
10 mobile substations were officially commissioned today at the TNTEC Central Warehouse. The substations are to be used in emergency situations, such as natural disasters, which leave communities unable to access a regular supply. Peter Christopher tells us more.
Minister of Public Utilities Robert Hunt officially commissioned 10 mobile TNTEC substations at the Utilities Central Warehouse in California on Wednesday. The substations cost approximately $35 million. But the minister said recent events have proven the value of having such units handy.
And yes, it cost us about $35 million. I'm being told that is a cost to put this in place. And one might say, wow, that's a lot of money. But I'm sure the residents of Las Cuevas and the affected areas that were able, and I took note, without these things being in place, you would have had 5 days without electricity.
10 trucks were brought alongside the substations to ensure their mobility, and they have been assigned to various areas of the country.
Some thought went into the placement of these mobile substations in an attempt to ensure that the new resources were equally distributed. It was decided that South Trinidad will be assigned 3 units, while 1 would be made available to Central Trinidad, 2 in Tobago, and 2 each in North and East Trinidad.
The stations were also purchased with varying capacities based on the needs of the specific areas. Peter Christopher, CNews.
And internationally, scientists using an observatory in Chile have discovered an Earth-like planet 11 light-years away from our own. More from Al Jazeera.
Earth-like planets have been discovered before, but Ross 128b may be the most significant yet. It's about the same size and temperature as Earth and revolves around a so-called quiet star, so it doesn't get blasted with harmful radiation. It took scientists more than a decade to discover Ross 128b using a planet-seeking program and an observatory based in Chile, but there's still much we don't know. The planet can't be observed directly, so it's hard to say whether an atmosphere or water exist.
Can we please go to target number 13?
But it gives scientists important clues about potential life outside our solar system. When new so-called super telescopes come online in the next few years, scientists may well look for red dwarf stars like the one that Ross 128b rotates around. Other notable discoveries like the Earth-sized TRAPPIST planets and Proxima b were made around similar stars, and in the case of Proxima b are even closer to our solar system. To date, NASA's Exoplanet Archive includes more than 3,000 alien worlds. Most are uninhabitable, but there are a few dozen Earth twins that from a distance look like our own. But Ross 128b has been described as special and may go further than any other discovery in answering the question about whether we're alone in the universe. Andy Gallagher, Al Jazeera.
Here now is our weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this evening, the 16th day of November 2017. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock for another installment of the news. On the behalf of our technical teams and our news team, I'm George Gonzalez, wishing you a wonderful Thursday evening.